why I was mentioning particularly OK session, because Nifty is currently trying to rejoice above the level of 13,000 levels. So currently that's the pre-open which I am actually showing it to you. It went all the way up to 13,120. However, it is quite possible that we will come really down from there onwards. However, having said that, let's see what we are actually going to be looking at in today's session. The pre-open is currently trying to get around those levels of 13,000, which is a huge support for the market as of now. Okay, so we have to understand where we happen to stand in the session. So this is the day, that is 1st December 2020, and we are seeing that we are having 73 to 97 points up move in the session itself. So let's see where we are actually standing with respect to SGX Nifty. Okay, because usually Indian markets go according to SGX Nifty, or it mirrors the movements of SGX Nifty. So probably we have a good session in SGX Nifty, and that's one of the reasons we are seeing that the market is moving greatly widely higher on this particular day. Okay, so let's look at SGX Nifty, where it is actually standing, and let's see where the market will drag it to that particular level or not. See, 23 points higher on SGX Nifty, but Indian markets is rejoicing a lot. That is here. Oh, sorry. So as of now, do you see the monitor, and how do you that the market is actually moving? The Indian markets are rejoicing level of 124 points higher in the pre-open session, though SGX Nifty is merely somewhere around 23 points higher in today's session. So if you have any questions with respect to technical analysis, I would be happy to assist you with this. So having said this, just 23 points and Indian market is moving so higher. How is that quite possible? Because I had already told that SGX Nifty is what Indian markets will be mirroring. Okay. However, it sometimes happens that if India has some great news, or the Indian markets is in anticipation of a great news in such a day, SGX Nifty will mirror Indian Nifty. Okay, or in other ways, we can say SGX Nifty is what shows up in the global markets. If global markets happen to be cheering a lot, then SGX Nifty also, and if global markets is dampening, then SGX Nifty also will be dampening. That's what usually happens in the markets. SGX Nifty is quite happening to be showing 23 points up move. However, Indian Nifty is actually showing a good about 100 points higher in the pre-open. However, it will take another minute or two for the markets to settle down somewhere around these levels, or probably lower levels or probably higher levels. We have to see. So the market usually settles around 9.7. That is just 1 minute from now, and let's see where we are actually headed from here. So usually if the markets actually happen to be closing about 13,043, the next level of support is quite the next level of resistance is quite around the level of 13,000 and 13,143 levels. Okay, so if the Indian markets happen to be going above 13,043 in the pre-open itself, then we will be seeing 13,143 in today's session itself being taken out. So if 13,143 is touched and taken up, then the markets will have a further movement towards the level of 13,300 to 13,510, where I had previously mentioned the markets will be actually going up to as of now. So 13,067 is where it is currently at, and we happen to see that the market is currently drawing some points whichever it has gained in the pre-open to the level of 13,062 levels. So now trying to hover around those levels, it will probably the 5 to 10 points here and there, it will settle over here around these levels. That's what usually happens around 9-7. Whatever the movements happen is in paisas rather than happening to be in rupees. So I think it has settled around 13,062.2 in today's session. So today's session happens to be 93 points up move in the pre-open itself. So whoever has a uh, good level of a profit taking, then they probably may show up in today's session and drag till 13,000 for the market, and then probably the markets may go up from there onwards. So 13,000 probably is where we may see the market coming down to and settling, and then afterwards we may see that it may go up to more highs from here onwards. It's quite possible that we've 13,043, the highest level where there was a resistance previously or there was a close previously. If that is held, then 13,143, which is the highest ever level Indian markets has scaled up to, can be taken up. Okay, so it is quite so possible, and it is also possible that after 13,143, 13,300 to 13,510 previously, as I had already mentioned, happens to be going up to. Okay, so having said this, let us look at where the Indian markets happen to be standing in the supports and resistances. Okay, before I go any further, if you have any questions, then I will be more than happy to take it up in today's session. Okay, so you can type it in the chat and I will be happy to take up your questions. Okay, whatever the questions you have, I will be happy to take up your questions as such. Okay, so let me know if you have any questions and I will be more than happy to take it up. Okay, so having I'm so sorry. Having said that, let's move into the analysis part. So as of now, whatever we are actually seeing, okay, by the way, guys, how is the audio and how is the video? Do you have any issues with audio and video? I usually had to ask this around 9 o'clock itself, because one day we happen to be having no audio at all completely. So are you able to see the audio and video without disturbance? If so, please type yes. Or if you have any suggestions with respect to audio or video, do let me know about it. And I will be more than happy to take that up. Okay, so having said that, if you have any suggestions with respect to audio or video, or if you are hearing the audio and video well, then there is no issue as such. Let's continue further. Okay, Rupesh, yes, it's fine. Audio and video both are fine. Okay, thanks, Rupesh. Okay, so having said this, let's verify where the supports and resistances stand for the market. The support for the market stands at 12,901, which is a very strong support for the market, which is the 10-day moving average as of now. So the 10-day moving average stands at 12,901.94 levels. So if the market has to crop down in such a time, the market would find support around 12,900 levels and move up from there. So that's what the usual the trend actually happens to be, because a resistance is more as a roof. If you go all the way further to the top, and you happen to be seeing that the market is going to that particular level and falling down, that's because there is a resistance at that particular level. You have to keep in mind that the resistance is like a roof. If you just go all the way to the top, that is to the roof level, and hit your head, what happens? You will hit the head and afterwards fall down, probably towards the floor itself. Or if there is something which is holding you there, like a ladder or something, you will come down to that particular thing. Okay, that's called as a support. So whatever happens, if you hit the roof, that is the resistance level, you can't cross it right away, until unless you are hitting with a nuclear bomb, or you have lot of momentum in order to go upwards and hit it. Okay, that's what is called as a momentum. If the market goes higher, really high, with a lot of momentum, then the resistance is not a problem at all. Resistance band just tampers and it goes all the way higher. Okay, if you hit it, or if the markets hit it with a lot of momentum. Okay, if the markets does not have a lot of momentum, what happens? If you hit it with your head, if you go upwards and hit it with your head, what happens? The market, just like the market, you fall all the way. How much ever force you have given for going upwards, that much force will push you down as well. Okay, you have to keep this in mind, guys. How much ever force you have given to go upwards, you will have the same force pushing you downwards as well. So whenever you hit a big resistance, that is something level like 13,143, where the market has gone all the way up to, that is the huge resistance for the market. See, it went to this particular level. It is trying to scale to that particular level in today's session as well. So that's the reason I'm actually telling you all this information. In today's session also, it is quite possible that we may scale up to that particular level, that is 13,163. 13,062 is where the pre-open has uh, closed at 13,062 levels. If 13,062 happens to be settling over there, and 13,000, Lucy, as we already spoke, it is quite possible that it may come down to 13,000 levels and then take support over there and move upwards, is what I mentioned. So it came all the way. Look at this, the market is coming down with so much of momentum on the negative side. See, so many bears are ready to sell at the level of 13,000. So at it is currently at 12,985 levels. So the market actually started and came all the way dampening down almost 60 to 80 points down in just 2 minutes, and the market happened to be moving on a downside as of now, just because the market is at a very high level. That is, the level of 13,043 was a very strong resistance for the market. Though that was crossed in the pre-open, it still happens to be a resistance. It still plays the level of resistance. Look at this, it came all the way down at 12,900 levels and 12,985 levels. Now it is trying to cross 13,000, somewhere around 12,996 levels. And let us see, if the market has to go upwards, then 13,000 has to be crossed, with a momentum. If 13,000 is crossed with a momentum, then why not? The market can go more higher from here, that is to the level of 13,143. See, this is the reason usually 15 minutes the markets try to settle down. Okay, whatever the buys, the 93 points higher, whatever I was mentioning, had to settle around this level, right? SGX Nifty is somewhere around 13,023 levels. Usually Indian markets will be 20 to 30 points lower from there. So Look at this, 12,086 levels. So it is around 30 to 40 points lower from SGX Nifty. So that's what happened. Usually if there is a huge drag upwards, then usually market tries to settle around the level of 13,000, about 20 to 30 points lower from there onwards. So that's what happened in today's market. There was a lot of anticipation that the market will go upwards. However, what happened is all the pre-open buys, the people who have bought into the market thinking that the market will go upwards, all those people happen to be selling at this particular point, that is the highest level of the day. And that's the reason all the way from 93 points higher, we are just 25 points higher in today's session. You have to keep that in mind. Whoever has bought will get the money out of the market in order to make profits for the particular day. Okay, not just for the particular day. For this is the December season, it is quite possible that there is a lot of FDIs who will pull down the money and the market may go downwards as of now, because usually around December FDIs will pull out sorry FIIs will pull out the investment whatever they have done all over the world. It's not just in Indian markets, however all over the world it will pull down the market, and afterwards it is quite possible that it will go further down from here onwards. Okay, so it is not just with Indian markets, it happens with all over it happens with the markets all over the world. Okay, keep that in mind. So having said this, have to understand that we are at the level of resistance in the market. So 13,043 happened to be a big resistance for the market, and it played its coin in today's session. So it opened a bit higher from there onwards, that is 13,063. However, it could not hold up to that particular level. Okay, so that's the reason resistances play its role, though the market is actually a bit higher than that as well. Okay, so now let's understand where the supports and resistances for Indian markets is currently at. So as of now, Indian markets has good resistance around 13,043 and 13,143 levels. So now it happens to be a great support at 12,901 levels, which is the 10-day moving average. So let's see where more supports are there for the market. Okay, so we happen to be having a lot of support around these levels, that is 12,969 levels. Around these levels of 13,019 we have good supports, and around the level of 12,972 we have good supports. So 12,972, it came down all the way to the level of 12,973 levels. See, it is exactly around these levels of support. So we have to see sorry we have to see where the market is actually going to go from here onwards. We are exactly around the level of 12,972, which is a huge support for the market. Okay, so now we have to see where the market is actually headed up to. So now it is quite possible that it is going higher from here, because this is a level of support. Since the market has come down all the way down with a great momentum, it's quite possible if 12,972 is broken, then it is quite possible that we may see the level of 12,950, and 12,901 levels, because those are huge supports for the market. If the market happens to come down below 12,972 levels, which is quite a lot of support as of now for the market. Okay, if 12,972 is taken down, then it is quite possible that we may see 12,950 and 12,901 in today's session itself. If we happen to be having a good support around 12,972, and the market is going higher to the 13,000 levels, it is quite possible that 13,043 to 13,062 levels will still be tapped in today's session itself. It is quite possible that we may see that this particular level is quite possibly taken upwards. So the level of 12,972 is lending a great support. So the market happened to be moving on a higher trajectory. In just 2 minutes, we can't judge if it is giving good support levels. It happened to be giving good support here also in this particular candle. Here also it gave a good support, and it moved higher. Here also it gave good support. It went all the way somewhere around 12,965 levels. However, it came all the way upwards above the level of 12,972, which is a very strong support for the market. So it is 923. Usually around 930 is where I'll draw the Fibonacci retracement. However, I'll try to draw the Fibonacci retracement and see where we may head into today's session till 11 o'clock. So if we happen to be on a higher trajectory, then we may be seeing that the market is going up to the levels of 13,000 and 13,024 and 13,062. If we happen to be moving on a lower trajectory, it is quite possible that we may hit the level of 12,064 levels, and it's quite possible that 13,000 to 12,064 are somewhere around 35 points lower. So from 12,064, we may be headed to 12,030 levels as well, if the market happens to be giving up the level of 12,972, which is a great support for the market as of now. So 12,972 is holding the support as of now. Okay, just about 3 or 4 candles that it has tapped 12,972 exactly. However, I can't just say it has firmly held up to 12,972, because 13,000 is still a resistance. Please understand, 13,000 level of resistance still plays a trump card in today's session. Okay, so 13,000, if it is taken, then 13,024 to 13,062 is quite possible in today's session. If not, then the level of 12,072 may be tapped many times, and it may quite be possible that the market is going downwards. Okay, we have some question. Mr. Rav is asking, sir, when can I join the options intraday trading class with you? Okay, it happens to be starting from next weekend, that is from 12 and 13. The classes is scheduled on 12th and 13th at from 11 a.m. till 5 p.m. on both the days. So that is where you can go to the exotic investment blog and exotic investment website, and you can go to the 2-day Nifty intraday options trading course, and there you will find all the information. Also, if you are seeing it on Facebook or YouTube, it will be the first line of description. It is the first link you have to click on in order to check out that particular course. It would be happening virtually. In this pandemic situation, it is not good to gather. Rather, together we can fight corona without gathering. Okay, so 13,000 as we speak is already taken. It is 13,001 as of now. However, it is quite possible that we may still see the level of resistance 13,000 happening to be the trump card, and the market may further glide downwards towards again the level of 12,972 levels or 12,987 levels in today's session. Let's see how the markets actually pan out to be. So as I already mentioned in the session, the market is having a very great support around the levels of 13,000. As of now, 13,019 happened to be a resistance for the market now. So the 12,072 levels happen to be a very good support for the market, and it is also having a very good support around the level of 12,886. Before 12,886, 12,901, which is the 10-day moving average, will be a huge support for the market if the market has to hold on, if the market has to come all the way tumbling downwards. Okay, having said this, I'll take up all the technical analysis questions you may be having. Please ask your questions. If you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to help you out with this. As we speak, 13,000 is taken up. The support means it is always on a slow note, the market goes upwards. Okay, however, with respect to resistance, if you go all the way high towards the roof and hit with your head, what happens? With the same level of momentum, you will fall downwards. That's what happened in today's session as well. We went all the way higher towards the level of resistance and fell greatly from there onwards. Okay, so it is quite possible that if you hit a resistance with a great momentum, then it is quite possible that it may be broken, or it may push you all the way downwards from there onwards with the same momentum. Okay, so understand, when the resistance is hit, it hits down with a great momentum, with the same momentum how much it had when it is going upwards. So if it is a support means it is just like the steps. You climb one step at a time, so that way the support pans out to be steps. It is happening to be going in small steps, one at a time. Okay, small steps, one at a time. So this way it is so happening that the market is actually going higher after taking a very good support at the level of 12,972 in today's session itself. So that being said, 13,016 the level where the market is currently at. It may have some resistance at 13,024 levels, so watch out for that. It is also possible that it goes up to 13,043 and 13,062 levels and still face resistance around those levels as well. Okay, so I have the first question. Mr. Rao says, your technical teaching is very nice. I am making profits with your guidelines. Okay, thanks, Mr. Rao. Okay, so okay, question. Okay, Nifty. Okay, so just by looking at supports and resistances itself, if you can make this much of profits, then how much profits you may be making with respect to intraday options trading with all the strategies which I'll be teaching, you can guess. And if you are interested, you can contact me with respect to the course. All right, so 13,074 panned out to be a great support. Now the market is around 13,017 levels, where it is trying to grab the level of 13,024. 13,024 being a good resistance level. It is trying to give some resistance to the market, and it is trying to push the push Nifty a bit on a downer side from those level of 13,024, which is a resistance as of now. Okay, so let me take up the question on Facebook. Okay, I have not heard about this stock. However, there is a question about Balco Pharma. Is it Balco Pharma? What is the name on SGX? Sorry, Indian NSE. Okay, it's Bal Pharma. Okay, fine. Uh, we are not seeing any movements on Bal Pharma at all. Oh my God. It is a stock at 55. Okay, so this is a stock. Okay, Preetham, this is a stock which has no momentum, or people are hardly buying into this. All these dashes which you see are the times when there is when it moved higher, just because probably they bought about 2 shares or probably 5 shares. Okay, if you have hundreds of shares, then this is the stock where you have to exit. Okay, probably if you are making some profits, exit out of it. Don't trade in anything which does not have volume. Okay, Bal Pharma does not have volume at all, so it is my humble suggestion to exit out of stocks like this, and don't indulge in something like this where you are actually having trouble to take up the profits. Okay, if you happen to be selling something, then the stock itself may fall down to about 51 or something. If you have a profit around 55, the stock itself, before you sell 100 shares, stock itself may fall down to 51. So you'll not be making any profit due to this very low volume trading. Okay, please exit out of this. I would not be able to read the stock chart because there is hardly any movement in this. Okay, I'm so sorry about it. Mr. Rupesh asks, your course shows already out of stock. Are all the 10 slots booked? I am not sure, Mr. Rupesh. Kindly go all the way down. There is a number mentioned over there. Please send a WhatsApp to that number, and my team will actually take a look at that. Okay, with respect to the 10 slots booked or so, I have to check about it because I usually don't manage that. My team manages that. So if you happen to be going all the way to the bottom of that particular page, you will be seeing that there is a number mentioned over there. Please send a WhatsApp and ask your questions over there. Okay, for the intraday trading course. Okay, so with respect to Bal Pharma, I'm surely not possible to be giving you the information because Bal Pharma does not have good amount of trading at all. No, without volume, we can't have the charts showing up. Okay, so the next question is with respect to the TCS. Next question is with respect to TCS, and it is currently somewhere around 2675 levels. So Indian Nifty happened to be taking a lot of resistance at 13,024 and is going downwards. So is TCS. TCS is a Nifty stock, so we have to uh, take a closer look around those levels. Okay, so okay, all right. So let's verify where is a 3-day. Let's look at the 3-day charts of TCS. Okay, the question is he has bought it around the level of 2400 if he has to hold this or not. Okay, Shailesh, I am actually taking a look around this. So you bought it around 2400 and now holding around the level of 2679 levels. Okay. So that is quite not within last 3 days. So it probably is within 1 month or so that you have held on to this. Okay, so let's look at the charts of TCS and how is that the chart actually showing up. Okay, so TCS happened to be on a bit of a downside rather than going upwards. It went all the way higher till 2728. Okay, however, it is quite like a W kind of situation where it happened to be going on a higher side, and then it started all the way downwards. So that was okay. So 27th, we saw that the TCS stock was down from the level of the 2730 to the level of 2702 levels. So in the pre-open session probably. Okay. Okay, it is currently on a downtrend. We see that we are having lower highs and lower lows forming. This is the only time when the market actually went up, that is in the end of the session. However, it is quite not sure that TCS is moving any higher from here. Let's look at the supports and resistance in 1 month, and I'll give you the reading of TCS if you have to hold on to this or if you happen to be on a selling streak for taking profits. So let's see TCS. Let's look at TCS stock for the last 6 months and let's verify how the stock is actually panning out. Okay, what happened? TCS is loading. It happened to be going all the way down to 2639 today. However, it has recovered 2676. Okay, all right, let's see the highs and lows it has made in the previous past. So it's currently somewhere around 2679. So the previous past, within just 1 to 2 months, we can see that it has scaled up to 2882 and now moving towards the level of 2601, which is a level of support for TCS. It is still holding on to the level of 2661, which is the 78.6% in the Fibonacci retracement. So it is possible that it may touch the level of okay, just 1 minute, let me. So the level of 2708 may be touched, so book the profit around 2708 and keep the stop loss around 2650. Okay, 2650 is the place where you have to keep the stop loss. 2708 is the place where you can book the profits. If you happen to be seeing more momentum in TCS and it is moving higher, you can wait till 2750 2741, sorry, 2741. Okay, it is quite possible that you can take the level of resistance 2741 not as the exact target. Keep the level of target somewhere around 2735, because sometimes it shuns out without reaching that particular level. Also, it may shun out. Okay, so please book the profits somewhere around 2735. Happens to be going above 20, book the profits around that, or you can wait till 2650 to book the profits. 2650 is the deadline for you to book the profits. That's the stop loss, where you can't go any further down from there. So from 2450, whatever the profit you have made, keep a stop loss, exact correct stop loss at 2650, and if 2650 is reached, sell it off. Okay, that's the stop loss. 2650 is a stop loss for you, and you should not be taking it any downer from there. 2650 is the deadline where you have to sell. If 2650 is given up, then the level of 2600 to around 2550 to 2450 is quite possible. Okay, so don't wait for that. Sell it at 2650. That's the stop loss for you. Okay, and Mr. Rao is saying, sir, I have my friends also to join the class, please let me know. Okay, on the course page you will have the number mentioned for contacting with respect to the intraday options trading course. You can contact my team on that particular number. Scroll the way all the way to the bottom, and there will be a number, and they will be able to help you out. Okay, cool. All right, so let's verify if we have any more questions, and I will be more than happy to address your questions. Okay, any more questions? All right, no more questions for today, and that is the end of Market Profits show on 1st December 2020. And we will be more than happy to help you out on a daily basis. Join me for the live technical analysis on a daily basis from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. In Market Profits show with Ashok. And if you have any questions with respect to technical analysis, I'll be more than glad to help you out with respect to that. Okay, so that being said, I would say happy trading and happy money making. Together we will not be able to fight coronavirus. Together, staying at home, we can fight coronavirus. Stay at home, stay healthy, and make the help of giving a health to others by staying at home and not together. Okay, so having said that, happy trading and happy money making. This is Ashok Kumar signing off from Market Profits Show.